Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Or kissed a girl and liked it? I know I have, which is perfect because today we're talking about Katy Perry and the total mess of a PR situation that we're in right now. I studied marketing and communications, and this whole thing with Katy Perry is a PR nightmare. We're gonna talk about her infamous journey to space, and of course we're gonna take a look at her tour. You know, like the one from all those clips. Yeah, that one. Let's see what led this teenage dream to become a mid-career nightmare. In case you forgot or aren't in your 70s like me, Katy Perry was huge in the late 2000s and early 2010s and was everywhere on the radio. You know, that thing that comes pre-installed in your car that you never touch. Before one day just kind of disappearing. Just like all stars, they come and go. I know she had a gig on American Idol for a little while, but for a long time, that was really it. But since last year, she has been slowly making her way back into the mainstream, and not for all the right reasons. With that being said, let's take a look today at Katy Perry. One of the biggest Katy stories that has really put her back in the spotlight was her trip to outer space on board Jeff Bezos' space tourism company, Blue Origin. This time with a groundbreaking all-female crew including Bezos' wife, Lauren Sanchez, Gayle King, and of course our favorite flop star herself, Katy Perry. Now, I don't know if she paid for this or not. Probably didn't. But the deposit for this flight starts at $150,000, with the seat being auctioned off for as much as $28 million before. But also, I'm in the wrong industry, okay? I should have studied harder, then I could have gone to space, been like Tony Stark or something, you know? But yeah, welcome back to the Out of Touch Olympics, because while most of us can barely afford eggs, some millionaires want to remind you of just how rich they are.
You're doing this for the next generation to inspire so many different people, but especially young girls to go, I'll go to space in the future. No limitations.
No limitations, except having FU money and paying the GDP of a small country, or being fortunate and smart enough to work for NASA, but otherwise, you know, no limitations at all, right?
The best part was when we got back in our seats after Zero G's, Katy sang "What a Wonderful World."
She did?
Isn't that nice?
Come on.
She sang "What a Wonderful World." I see dreams. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Not super relevant, but when I saw this clip, the first thing that came into my head was that clip of Gal Gadot just singing Imagine for the World Love video thing back in 2020.
Imagine there.
Oh, brother, this guy.
I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
Ah, yes, so much love. You never recognize how much love there is until you just shoot yourself off to space. You're sent flying across the atmosphere like Alphaba, just off this planet, and honestly, can I blame her? You know, Earth is whack these days. In all fairness, Katy does do a good job at marketing just how life-changing this whole experience is. In fact, I'm gonna go book my first trip to space. Oh wait, I'm broke as f. But yeah, 11 minutes in space. Heck, it takes me longer being put on hold with Air Canada, okay? This video's probably longer than the time she spent in space, okay? Editor, put the full time below. And all the resources that it takes to go to space. It's not like Star Wars where you can just hop on your starfighter and just yeet yourself to Endor. No, it takes a lot of energy and manpower among other resources. Another thing that took me a few times to notice was just take a look at Katy's butterfly thing over here. It's her f***ing tour dates. I knew it, okay? I knew she was up to something. All marketing. The most disappointing thing was it was marketed as this inspirational, empowering, and bold kind of all-female crew, right? But the reality is, only 2 of them should have really been up there. Former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe and Amanda Ewan, a bioastronautics researcher and actual astronaut candidate. See, I think instead of highlighting Katy Perry and Jeff's wife, maybe they should have highlighted these 2 if they wanted to be inspirational. But nope, their achievements are overshadowed by a pop star trying to promote her world tour. You know, there's also plenty of other inspirational space women as well, right? Like Sunita Williams, who recently spent 9 months in space. God, it sounds like an absolute awful time. Or Roberta Bondar. Man, growing up as a Canadian, we learned so much about her. You want to inspire people, get someone like her, okay? Like, not Katy Perry. But yeah, the whole messaging was just weird. It's like, I'm gonna eat this expensive caviar on camera to inspire kids to also be able to one day eat expensive caviar. Now, I know that advertising has been used like this for decades, in lifestyle marketing, for example, but that's all that is. Also, Katy, why would you call yourself an astronaut after this? More like an astronaut, am I right? But at best, you're an astro passenger, you know? I'm expecting my astronauts to be like scientists studying space, or hanging out with Venom, or becoming the Fantastic Four or something. Amanda and Aisha, they can call themselves astronauts. Katy, though? I do have to say though, one of the best things to come out of this whole space trip has got to be the memes. And the backlash, boy was it fierce and swift. Everyone from Olivia Munn to half of TikTok had something to say. Emily Ratajkowski
Ratajkowski
also went off on a whole rant about it, saying it's proof of the oligarchy in America and all that.
Deciding to take his fiance and a few other famous women to space for space tourism is not progress. Instead, just speaks to the fact that we are absolutely living in an oligarchy where there is a very small group of people who are interested in going to space for the sake of getting a new lease on life, while the rest of the population, most people on planet Earth, are worried about paying rent or, you know, having dinner for their... And what happened yesterday was nothing like that. And
the fact that even Wendy's trolled Katy online, that's hilarious. That's icing on the cake. The funniest part too was that when they were asked to take it down, Wendy's was like, no, we're not gonna. Like, go off, Wendy's, like, truly. I said what I said. Katy also responded to this in a move that I would consider bad PR 101. She basically doubled down, calling her online critics unhinged and unhealed. I feel personally attacked, but okay. Just before she took to the skies and became a Jedi or something, she was in a bit of hot water for her comeback album, which was done with a certain Dr. Luke. I'm not gonna open a can of worms, people. Not today. But there are tons of creators who did a deep dive on that, so I'm just gonna put that out there. But the thing I really wanted to talk about today were all those viral clips from her Lifetimes tour. I saw a few clips on TikTok and I was like, this is gonna be a hilarious topic. There's been so many clips of her out there on this tour. Like the clip where she gets into a lightsaber fight with the fucking Scorpion King. I guess space did turn her into a Jedi after all. You know, I've watched Star Wars my whole life, and this fighting choreography here, it's just sad. Like, you have all the money in the world to hire a good trainer, and this is what you came up with? Like, I've seen amateur fan films with better choreography than this. Katy's literally fighting the air here, what? Speaking of choreo, her dancing was also called out for its a little bit of a bizarre choreography. Listen, I'm not a professional dancer, okay? I may be a wannabe K-pop trainee, but I'm genuinely shocked by this. Like, they had so much time and money put into this to put on a good show, and this is what they came up with? If this was K-pop, she would have been compared to JYP, or JY Poppy, who's also been criticized for having some next level choreography. Like, take a look and see what I mean, and tell me that they're not giving the same energy. Like... Like, I know that she can do better than this, okay? We've seen Katy Perry at her peak, she's done a lot better. But yeah, did they have, like, no budget for this tour or something? Like, seriously, the lightsabers look like they're from Dollar Tree. And yes, that over there, that is a giant air duct, okay? I know it's supposed to be like a Dune worm or something. Don't know if it has all the teeth and stuff like that popcorn bucket. Back to the lightsaber fight. Jedi Master Perry waits for this ninja guy to slowly flip so she can run over. It's truly giving middle school production. Like, I hate ripping on production teams and stuff for this, but as someone who did theater production stuff myself for a bit, this is painful to watch, okay? Like, the lack of thought and effort and money and just practice is very apparent.
It's been so long since anyone has visited me.
No, that's a giant toilet. What? Also, that toilet is haunted, okay? Like, why the heck is it moving like that? Okay. What in the ever-loving fuck is this? Okay, whoever is on her team and doing all this must be a Katy hater, because what the fuck? You've got a giant turd in the toilet bowl and Katy Perry just singing California Girls right next to it. What's the Also, in a way, it's kind of symbolic of the current state of her career. Then there's this clip that went viral where it seemed like Katy stopped the whole concert to yell at this fan for messaging her man. And by her man, I mean Orlando Bloom, okay? Not Russell Brand. Yeah, we don't talk about that, okay? They were married once. That Russell Brand.
Oh yeah, cute grin. I know why you're here. Listen, if you keep DMing my man... Oh, Kyle? I know. If you keep on DMing my man, I'm gonna have you removed.
But it turns out that this clip is actually a transition into one of her songs. In which case, I'd admit, you got me there, Katy. That was kind of cool. But the fact that we had to even consider the possibility that the real Katy Perry might actually stop a concert just to yell at a fan is an indicator of just how far her public image has fallen recently. Okay, I need to see how much Katy is charging for these concerts, because like, what the Okay, they're expensive. Not the most expensive tickets I've seen, but expensive enough for me to regret watching whatever the loving this thing was. What is this, Club Eternity thing? Let's see. Oh Jesus. Also, anyone sitting in Infinity and Eternity, they're not using the toilet. Hey, maybe Katy will let them use that one. But pictures from this look claustrophobic as heck. Like, I can't. Also, there's still so many tickets available for the Toronto date. Like, holy. Also, the cheapest tickets are like still in the 200s. Yeah, absolutely not. I'm putting my foot down. Hey, can we throw Alphabet in there? Like, thanks. It's giving Defying Gravity, and that's all I can think of with this clip. That and Pink tumbling through the sky. Okay, she truly ate. And by 8, I mean she did it on that gigantic letter 8. That big 8 thing, but seriously, what was her dancer doing? Like, what was that? All these outfits are kind of giving Party City, like, what the heck, Katy? But yeah, all the clips so far I've seen has given me more rehearsal vibes than a truly polished production. But the concerts themselves must have been successful, right? There were like so many people in those clips. Turns out her recent residency in Vegas was, quote, a complete failure for Resorts World during that 3-year-long Katy Perry play residency. And the casino and hotel actually lost money on this. Like, can you imagine how badly you have to mess up as a casino to lose money? Apparently the casino paid her $750,000 to $900,000 per show, but the whole series still underperformed. Performances aside, it seems like she's also in the spotlight on TikTok again.
You're like an Indian summer in the middle of winter, like a hard candy.
Middle of a winter like a hard candy with I don't sing like that.
I don't really understand TikTok sometimes, but it's funny. Okay, I'm a simple man, I laugh. Anyways, so what have we learned today? Katy Perry's new era is weird. There were some not so smart decisions, the concert could have been better planned, the whole space thing was just a bad idea from the get-go, and just made her seem more out of touch. You know, there are some artists that have just came, had their time, and just sort of faded away, and that's okay, you know? They came in, made their millions, and ended their career with a bang, or just became a more low-key artist, which is perfectly fine as an artist, okay? Not everyone needs that big reinvention. But if you're going to reinvent yourself and push yourself to the mainstream, you should be more different, you know? Sometimes it works, and sometimes you flop harder than Fergie at the Rockefeller Center. If I was her team, I would have tried something very different than what she did in like the 2010s. And even if they won't be instant big hits, at least she'll have a more respected time than whatever's happening right now. So my advice for... Why am I giving advice to a millionaire? Anyways, what are your thoughts on this whole thing? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next video, okay? Peace!